This is our first quokka for the day. Hello, mate.
So Alex and I have come for a tour of the Lighthouse.
Oh, it is a happy day. Look where we are.
So we're riddled with rats.
We are going to go on the Ferris Wheel. So this is here in Fremantle. There are quokkas everywhere.
It's already at the bottom.
Arguably, greatest day of my life. Boom. We are getting on the ferry. 8:30 departure, leaving from Terminal B here in Fremantle. And it should be about half an hour ride. We'll be over there by 9 o'clock for a day at Rottnest Island.
We are on the Rottnest Express. The top two levels were absolutely jam-packed. We've come down the bottom here and look at this, it's empty. We've got it to ourselves. Lounge style, a big table in the middle. That's perfect for us for the day, isn't it, Harry? So what we've brought with us is our bags and our hats, obviously, because it's a beach area. We've packed our lunches for the day. We've got towels. We've got our scuba diving gear because hopefully there'll be plenty of good snorkeling over there, so we can snorkel around and have a great day.
Hello, mate. Coming in and have a bit of a look. They are all around the island. They mostly come out in the afternoons. This one is an early riser. The early risers get the crumbs.
We're in the main settlement of Rottnest Island and there's heaps of shops here. There's all these shops, there's even a Subway, there's heaps of food options. There's a little news agency and general store over there. We've seen bakeries and restaurants. There's heaps going on.
Another Quokka.
There are quokkas everywhere, all around.
Another Quokka.
This is like an easy West. All right. It's like an easy Where's Wally. There is so many quokkas here. They even have anti-quokka devices fitted to their doors. So this is the supermarket, and no quokkas here. This guy had a big night. Harry's in his element, so we'll check him out later. These are the forgotten members of the Rottnest Island team. These poor ducks have to sit in the back stalls while the quokkas have a party out in the main straight, and all these ducks just sit out here wondering what it could be like if quokkas weren't here. So perhaps there is a rising anti-sentiment towards the quokkas. So much like the rest of the Australian coast, Rottnest is made up of predominantly limestone. So we've learnt all the way across from Mount Gambier, across Nullarbor and down to Esperance, limestone makes up much of Australia's coastline.
We've just visited the museum and found out about the history of Rottnest Island. It was a prison in the 1800s, primarily for Aboriginal prisoners. Now, they might not have done what we would consider these days to be a great crime, but they were living in a different way to the Europeans, and the Europeans didn't like it, so they started putting them in prison over in Perth and in Fremantle. But the Aboriginals were escaping from those prisons, so they then sent them to Rottnest Island and set up a prison here. So these buildings are actually buildings that the prisoners built as part of the prison. They've now been converted to tourist attractions, tourist buildings that are used for the day visitors. It's got a really deep history, this island. Probably one that a lot of people don't think about when they're just visiting to use the beaches and enjoy the island for the day, but it's interesting to think about the history and what the island has been used for and to recognise that too. Hello. This little guy's coming up to say hello. There you go, they actually come up to you.
Yeah, just stand still, he'll come up to you. There's a quokka. Yep, they're everywhere. Quokkas. They just hop on up to you, and apparently they like flowers. Right? Alright, so we have seen quokkas, we've had our quokka fill, and now we're going to the Basin, which is one of the great swimming and snorkeling areas here on Rottnest Island. So it's a simple walk, less than a K from where you get off on the ferry, so we didn't need to get a bus or anything. And we're heading up to go for a bit of beach fun. Went up onto this peak to have a look down over the basin and saw a nice little swimming beach just off to the left, so we're just following this track to see what we can see.
It's epic.
Well, it is epic. Yep, this will do. It's pretty cool. This is right next to the basin.
It's already at the bottom.
You gonna go down? Coming to film you? 3, 2, 1, go!
This is Long Reach Harbour, and we've just been having a swim here. It's a pretty cool little area.
So Alex and I have come for a tour of the lighthouse. We read that there were tours every half an hour, so we came over, didn't we, Al? We were keen for a lighthouse tour. Then we get here, it's dead quiet, there's no one here, and we find out that, guess what? There's actually 2 lighthouses on Rottnest Island. So we've come here for our tour, there ain't no tour. It's on the other one. It's on the one in the middle of the island, unfortunately. We're not going to make it there right now. But we're having a bit of a look around, and behind me you can see Perth. I might be standing in the way. No, there it is. You can see Perth off in the background. Beautiful waters all the way around Rottnest Island. And then the Bathurst Lighthouse, which was the second lighthouse that was built in 1900. We're just sitting here having a chat, Al and I, and this little guy's come over to say hello. He is literally hopped over to us. We're standing here, and this little guy is actually coming over to us. They are so friendly, isn't he? So friendly. You were looking right at me. Another one? Thank you.
So this is a just for fun aqua park, and you can buy 15 minutes for $5. Oh, it's cold, the water just hit me. And it's got all these jumping platforms and toys. So Steph's going out with Harry, and the other boys are already out there.
I'll take you. Got it. Yeah. You got this. Good job. Alright, I'm gonna go down the slide. Ready? Whoa. Alright, what's next? I'll help you. Yeah, come on.
Alright, we've basically finished our day here at Rottnest. Steph's been out. What do you reckon, Steph?
I think I'm a ninja. I'm ready for the ninja course next.
Good fun?
Yeah.
Finishing our day here on Rottnest Island with Quokkas and ice cream. So the boys have all got ice cream. Got Lucy and Abel here too. Hey, look down, Lucy. Look behind you.
This has some marshmallows.
Oh, it does too. Look behind you. Look behind you. On the ground. Quokkas come to check out your ice cream. There's one behind you as well. They've come in for your ice cream. They're clever. They literally are like little rats. They're everywhere here. All over. You don't stress about finding the Quokkas. They are everywhere. You're trying to smuggle Quokkas out of Rottnest Island, Lucy. Lucy, we told you can't have any Quokkas. What are you doing? You're trying to get the Quokka to.
Relax, Lucy. You want to go with us? I nearly stepped on one. I just hopped off my chair and he was like, oh, sorry.
We'll have to zip your bag up. You're waiting for the police to come. You're looking up like a wildlife officer's going to tackle you.
I really squashed that one. I hopped down.
The inquisitive little fellas. That's it. We're done. Rottnest Island off the bucket list, off the to-do list. and we live to fight another day. Alright, this is a good day. Steph, you excited?
Excited for you, honey. I look after you.
So this is Little Creatures Brewery, and it's a pretty sweet setup. You can see all the vats up next to the brewery here, and they do great food and obviously really good beer. Food going on. So they make the food up right here. It's pretty cool. Ready for pizza. So out here we've got a waterfront, and there's a sand pit over there for the kids, and it's all table service, so we can go through the beers, and if you're feeling a little bit soft, I guess you can have some food as well. And the food is pretty good. We have been here before, and it is pretty awesome. So this is the brew house, and this is where they make Little Creatures. It is a magical place full of lots of different treats, and we're going to get to sample some, which is pretty cool.
So, the whole process actually starts right behind the bar. So that's going to be the malt silo back there. So you can see that there's 6 different kinds of malts that we use.
We're on the Little Creatures Brewery tour, and we've got a beer, and it's all good. $20 well spent.
So these are our little brewers over there.
So we're doing a taste test, and they've unfortunately run out of shot glasses, so I'm having to drink from these jugs, which isn't the worst thing going around. Very medieval. My cut of the jug, bottoms up. It's got a wider so you can appreciate the taste. Yeah, that's what I do with wine. This is a little hoppy.
I could sit here and sit on the Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. There it comes. Thank you. It's how I have my beer. Thank you very much. Look how milky it is. Hey. Okay, good. That's alright. That's actually alright. Alright, so Diz and I are coming out of the brewery tour. Diz, pretty good? It was the greatest day of my life. We have had so much beer. $20, and you get to try all their beers, and then you learn all about the beer making process, which is pretty cool. So Little Creatures, well played, sir.
We're down here at the Shipwreck Museum, which sounds just like a really awesome thing for boys to explore. And out the front, there's this big anchor exhibition. We've seen a lot of anchors as we've travelled around the coast, and we're always intrigued by anchors. How you going, Elle? You must be pretty strong. And then here we've got the Western Australia Shipwreck Museum. You can tick off number 1 if you found him.
Where's the next one?
So we're riddled with rats. We're finding rats all the way through the Shipwreck Museum today. The next one, Harry. I'm hiding under some blue and white plates. So Jed's got the senior trail here, and Harry's got the junior trail.
I'm getting plates.
It says under some blue and white plates. Oh, they did, yes. You got it, Harry? Here's one of the rats that we're looking for up here. Here's looking down at the beard man jugs down here. Look at this, the engine from a ship. Harry, can you tell me how long this ship was underwater for? Come and have a look over here. Underwater for 100 years, how's that? This is a pair of scissors and a knife that were found underwater with xantho, with the engine that's been restored. So these were underwater for 113 years, and this is the growth that was on them and how they decayed under the water in that time. So the engine itself has been restored. That's how the engine works, with steam, probably that one. I'm guessing it was a steam powered one. So you're being the steam owl. Which part of the ship, which part of the engine is underwater? You're exactly right, Lucy. It is a little version of that one. So we're in here looking at the shipwreck Batavia. We're putting together some broken pottery puzzles here.
Wait.
What shape is yours, Alex? What shape is it? Do you think that one belongs on yours? Maybe it does.
Alright, so we are going to go on the Ferris wheel. So this is here in Fremantle.
You're like a Ferris wheel circling around, off in an open field, firm in the ground, lost in the wilderness, not to be found.
So we are on the Ferris wheel here in Fremantle. Is there an official name for this?
Just the Ferris wheel in Fremantle, I think.
Ferris wheel in Fremantle.
Everyone knows what a Ferris wheel
Fairly
is, so.
descriptive. And we're going up, and we are going to see little creatures. Sorry, we're going to see Fremantle from the air. Let's have a look.
Searching for 7 years, yearning to see. Tell me I'm getting near where you will be.
We're up the top.
Look at the view.
When I saw you leave, how will it feel if I break through the trees?
This is the lighthouse that we came past the other day, coming back from Rottnest Island. Can you see Rottnest Island? I can see it.
Can you see it? There it is.
Rottnest
There's Rottnest Island out the horizon.
Not actually that far.
No. It took, what was it, half an hour?
Half an hour, yeah.
Not as far as Tasmania.
Yeah. Let's keep going. So it's different, that's all.
Maybe it's not.
So there's the Tiberias up ahead of us. They're winning so far. I don't know if we can lap them.
Let's wait somehow.
Alright, that's it. We're out.
So, we've got a bit of a change of plan today, not our usual travel routine. We've all packed up, we're in the car, we've got a stack of bags with us, and look where the van is. The van's in storage because we're going somewhere without our van. So it's 10:22 WA time, it's 12:22 Victorian time, and we're about to board a plane in 2 hours time. We'll be on the plane for probably 3.5 hours, then we'll be getting off at the other end. We're going to be very tired tomorrow, but that's the red eye for you, that's why it's called that. See you on the other end.